Talk to me.
We're gonna roast the turkey.
I'm looking forward to this.
So,
and I know they are too.
So this is a twist on probably one of the most traditional ways to do turkey for Thanksgiving. This is a method that I developed in a country club several years ago as a way to get really juicy turkeys done quickly and to be able to serve them to 800 people.
Okay.
So first thing that I do is we truss the turkey, and
we talked about that in a previous video, so
and
they know what the trussing is.
And there's a ton of videos on how to do it, so I'm not going to demonstrate the full-on trussing. Yeah. I'm gonna
let's just tie this yard bird up and go.
So the main premise of trussing is to make sure that everything's together. So we want the legs there because as it roasts, it will tend to expand and you'll wind up with turkeys like this.
Yeah.
And then the breast will be overdone, and so we want uniform cooking.
Allows for better cooking.
Also, the wings, as that roasts, the wings will spread out like this too. Right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tuck the wings underneath, like so. Okay? And that also provides a nice, stable platform for the turkey to roast on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie these legs together.
With that little pouch there.
And that's really the amount of trussing that I do. All right? The real traditional method is you're going to tie it around the neck bone. You're going to wrap it around the wings. You're going to come up here through the breast. You're going to tie it, and then you're going to tie the legs around.
Now, some turkeys, I've seen some turkeys, they actually come out of the package already tied up and ready to go.
So some turkeys already have like a plastic holder, and those are actually ovenable.
Right.
So you can leave those on, and that's already doing the job for you. So just tuck the wings underneath and put it in the pan.
The main thing we want people to know is if you're going to cook a turkey and say you got it from one of the local farms or whatever, you really do need to tie this thing up so that it'll, like you said, cook evenly.
Right.
You want to make sure that we do that. So
I'm just going to take, and then I'm going to cross it and come under and under.
You create a bit of a figure eight there.
Yep. And then this is an awkward position for me.
Not used to other people having to watch. Usually you just do that thing and go. It's perfect.
All right.
Pulls it in nice and tight.
So now the trick to the way that I do turkeys is I will take a roasting pan, and we will take the turkey and put it in the roasting pan.
I notice you got the neck over here.
Yep. So the neck is great for creating some of that fond.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is I made a dry brine. Now, one of the things that you have to realize with turkeys that you get from local grocery stores is they're typically injected with about 5 to 15% of a saline solution.
So you already have a lot of fluid in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go and add a wet brine to that,
then you're adding that much more.
That much more fluid, which will end up in the pan.
In the pan, and which is good for gravy.
Right.
But this is a farm-raised turkey from Taylor Farms in Etheridge, Tennessee. Nothing's been done to this.
Right.
So the water content that's in the turkey is what's in the turkey.
What is the natural content?
Right.
Correct.
The other thing is, because it was pasture raised, it has so much flavor in its. You're a hunter, right?
Yeah.
So you know the difference between a farm raised venison versus one that you've harvested yourself.
Right.
So this is a pastured turkey. It already has a ton of flavor into it. We don't need to do a lot to make it taste good. It already tastes good. So,
but the reason for brining is you want it to
retain the moisture.
Right. You want there to be moisture. Right. You don't want to bite into something extremely dry on Thanksgiving.
So what I have here, simple mixture of kosher salt, black pepper, sugar, and some chopped sage.
Plain and simple.
So the proportions are 50% salt, 25% sugar, 25% or like 10% black pepper, and then the remainder is the sage.
That'd be about 15%. So I was doing the math on it.
Yeah, good job.
I think. I saw your percentages in one of our earlier videos. It didn't go well.
It didn't?
No,
Tell me.
I don't remember what it was. It had to do, I don't even remember. I just remember going, I don't think you had that right, Paul. So,
all right. Well,
but it's all good.
It's out there now. So
do you rub it on? Or you just
we're gonna
splash it on?
rub it.
You want to get it in there.
Yep. And we want it inside. All right. You want to rub?
Sure. So you're just wanting to make sure that it sticks specifically on the sides too. And this would be similar to what we would do with ribs and things of that nature if we did a dry rub, right? You just want to make sure you get a coating on every piece of it.
Now, one of the things to help you speed up your Thanksgiving preparation is this can be done a day ahead of time.
Okay.
The salt on the skin, that's going to help dry out the skin, which is going to create really nice crispy skin.
Right.
So this can be done a day ahead of time, sit in the refrigerator. And then when it's time to roast the turkey.
So can you put too much rub on?
You can. Because remember, we're going to use all of this
for
sticky
flavoring,
bits from the pan or the fond. We're going to use that in the gravy. So you don't want an overly salty gravy.
Makes sense. What do you think?
Perfect.
Did I do all right, Chef?
Yep. So here's one of the tricks that I do. I'm going to wrap this whole pan with plastic wrap. Okay?
Right.
And then we're going to wrap it with aluminum foil. All right? And you want to cook your turkey for about 13 minutes, 12 to 13 minutes for every pound of turkey. So this is a 9-pound turkey. So we're going on about 2 hours. All right? I'm going to cook it for 75% of that calculated time, wrapped with plastic and foil. And then I'm going to pull it out of the oven, take the plastic and the foil off, and turn the oven up and finish the remainder 25% in the oven on a higher temperature.
So if you're cooking for 2 hours, you start out that first hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yep.
And then you peel it back, and then for the last 30 minutes, you're going to crank it up. Makes sense.
All right.
Why don't we put this one in the oven?
Well, we're going to wrap it with plastic.
Let's do that then. So we've got a few things that we've done here.
Yep.
What we got going?
Well, we wrapped it in plastic wrap.
We said we were going to.
Yes.
So here we are.
You had a concern.
Yeah, so the concern I have is this is plastic and it's going in an oven. We're going to melt this.
Right. So, there's 2 reasons for the plastic. One, the plastic helps seal in all of the steam.
Right.
All right. And then 2, it's a barrier from the aluminum foil touching the turkey. So if I use just aluminum foil, the foil would be in contact with the turkey, and aluminum, being a reactive metal, would start to stick to the turkey. All right. So this acts as a barrier. Now, the other thing is the foil protects the plastic from the heat, and so then the plastic wrap won't melt at the temperatures that we're
Now, is this
roasting
just
at.
a standard plastic wrap?
This is a commercial plastic wrap, so you want to be careful not to get the plastic wrap from the grocery store that's already super sticky. You just want a very basic plastic wrap. Okay.
So then now we're going to add the foil on. And make sure we cover the plastic.
So now the foil will cover the plastic and protect it from the heat. We're going to roast this at 350 degrees for an hour and a half. Then we're going to turn the oven up to 400 degrees. And
for the last 25% of the cooking.
Yes. But now, when we take the turkey out of the oven and we unwrap it, it's going to continue to cook. So the total cooking time involves turning the oven up and it coming up to temperature. So this will really only be in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes as opposed to 30.
So it won't really be in there the whole time at that temperature.
Right.
And
so
then it also continues as it rests. It will also continue to do a little bit as well.
And so when we talk about carving the turkey, I'll demonstrate how to take the temperature of the turkey, where to do that, and then we'll carve the turkey. So I've got one that is done at 75%, and we're going to unveil.
Bring it. Have you already seen it?
No.
You didn't look at it yet?
Nope.
You will be the first to see. The plastic survived.
All right.
Ooh, nice and warm. See the steam coming off of that?
And look at how pale and anemic it looks. It's perfect.
Right. So this is the point. Now we're about to.
We are going to put this in
Put
the
it back
oven.
in there for the last 25%. We're
Yes.
going to get this crisp up some.
Yep. And this is a bigger turkey.
Okay.
So this is actually going to be in the oven for about 25 or 30 minutes to get the skin nice and crisp.
Well, it looks beautiful.
And you see all this color on the bottom.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna
but
be-
it's not like some that we were talking about before, where the bottom is just saturated with fluid. I mean, that's not a lot of
No.
drippings in comparison to some of the ones I've seen before.
And again, that's because this is a farm raised turkey
Right.
with none of the.
Well, and you didn't do a water-based
I
brine,
did
and
not.
that's what I was getting at, is you don't have this pool of water under there.
But if you bought a
But it still
commercial
looks
turkey
beautiful.
that was frozen from the store, this would be, you would have liquid in here, at least
Right.
a cup, maybe 2 cups,
Right.
that you would drain off before you put it in the oven. We'd use that to start our gravy.
All right.
And then all that's going to caramelize and create that fond that we want to scrape off to finish up the cake gravy.
I
So
say
this is going in the oven.
Put it in the oven. Let's do that. Hey, listen, if you liked Behind the Lime,
Lime
spit it out.
behind the line.
Not the food, but yeah, Behind the Lime, then we want you to subscribe. We need for you to subscribe. That sounds so awful, doesn't it?
I still don't know why,
Yeah.
but subscribe. You know what it does? It just feeds
Your ego?
my ego.
There you have it.
Subscribe. Feed my ego.
You got the last word.
No, I didn't.